Willie D Live.
Check this out, man. Check this out. I was going to say that one of the biggest reasons is they don't believe that you deserve the money that you have and you deserve the success and the followers because you're black. And because they have a low opinion of themselves.
There you go.
And that's who's really kicking up most of the dust.
Oh, yeah.
Is people that look like you, the people that you're trying to help the most. They're the ones, they really have a low opinion of themselves. Because I be on a lot of different platforms, and I don't see that on Grant Cardone's page. I don't see that on Tony Robinson's page, you know. I don't see that on, what's the guy that
Dave
talks
Ramsey?
really, really loud?
Oh, Tony Robbins,
40s, about 40s years, in the 40s, really loud dude, cuss a lot. You know what I'm talking
Gary
about.
V.
Gary V? Gary V, that's him. They don't do that with Gary. They just be, that guy's brilliant. That guy's so good because he gets results. And really, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters is results. If I'm getting results, what's the problem? The problem is the individual that projects his negativity on you because he just can't stand what he looks at in the mirror and he feels like he haven't gotten to where he wants to be in life. And he's jealous because one thing that I've learned is that successful people don't spend time dogging successful people. Successful people they don't spend their time online dragging successful people. They don't do that. It's always the motherfucker who ain't got nothing.
So for me, I looked at it, and I've said it to myself before. I'll be like, damn, like, you know, Tony Robbins don't go through that. Grant don't go through that. But I also realized this is, you know, we've been conditioned. So I will give you a prime example. A while back, maybe like a year ago, I did this webinar. I'm on a webinar. I'm giving game. And I got one of my Jewish friends that come on, and all he was saying was, yo, Trap the truth. Y'all need to follow Trap. He the real deal. He helping people make money. He ain't give them no how-tos. I had 7,000 people on the webinar. They were saying, oh, he going crazy. He cooking. And I say, damn, it's crazy because it take for them to validate me to my people, for my people to buy into me. You know what I'm saying? He ain't give him no game. All he was saying was, Wallstreet looks like us now. Trap the truth. You know, y'all should follow him. Y'all ain't never had no... And they was going crazy in the chat. That goes back to a place where we always felt like we was inadequate. And we do it right now. We see our people still look for white Americans to validate us. They still look for it.
And this is why some white people have that sense of superiority. Because they really do treat black people like they're their kids or something. Like they act like they our mamas and dads. That's why they be trying to control black bodies. You know, they try to control black bodies, man, because they'll speak like, because they know a lot of black people are conditioned to listen to the white man, to listen to the white woman. Like whatever they say, they know if they say it. I've seen many videos where, let's say, an activist might say something, and you know that activist would get all types of mixed comments or whatever. White dude, white chick, I don't care how. It don't matter how articulate or inarticulate they are. If they say it, automatically they just give it credibility. Like, and to me, you got to be an uncivilized mutt to think that way, to have a brain that thinks that way. But go ahead.
Not the mutt, OG.
Uncivilized mutt, man.
So you can see that now, like when you go on Instagram at the minute. I can tell you a post that'll always go viral, and we see it. Anytime a white person says that white America is wrong for the way they treat black people, that post gonna always go viral. Because black people like when, damn, you're supposed to say that. Yo, I don't care. Like, I don't, in my mind, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't need nobody validation but the people I'm around, because I want them, like my team, I want them to always tell me if I'm doing right or wrong. And I don't know if that's really validating, but it's telling, yep, we on the right track, because they believe in the mission. More importantly for me is being able to go in every hood and say, look, you can be a basketball player, you can be a football player, but look, if you're an investor, you can outlast all of them. Mm-hmm. And we look at all the people that really were successful, Mike, Brian, they were great basketball players, but they became exceptional businessmen. They became exceptional investors. Kobe, exceptional investors. So for me, the proof is in the pudding. America rewards the entrepreneur and the investor. But why we not getting taught investment, we're not getting taught in entrepreneurship, because if I teach you, it's one of the things that people always laugh when I say this, the lion ain't never taught the giraffe, the elephant, or the zebra how to get away. He ain't never taught them that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never take my food away from me. So why would I teach you entrepreneurship? Why would I teach you how to be an investor? Why would I teach you how to get in the stock market? Why would I teach you the things that have kept my family wealthy for generations? I'm not gonna teach you that. So for me, being able to come in and be like, yup, I represent everything that, I check off every box on the list to be the statistic. I probably check off some of them 3 times. But the stats and the facts ain't always real. And so we have the opportunity right now, and I feel like we have more information than any other generation before us, right? I feel like every other generation, they fought for what they fought for in that moment, right? Like they fought for civil rights because that was a thing. You fought for voting rights because you needed that. So now you have an opportunity now to have your civil rights and your voting rights, but now you got to get some money so you can amplify what your voice is. Because as long as you protesting and they lobbying, they gonna always win.
Yeah. How do you get a guy from the hood to understand that he can win with stocks over drugs without risking his life or freedom?
That's good. That's me right there. I'm talking to myself right now. For me, it's showing them that it's the same game. Watch this. So, first of all, when you in the street, you not scared to lose money. And you willing to take a risk. So let me break it down. The reason why you're not scared to lose money in the street is because you already understand that there's a possibility that you can get a bad package. There's a possibility that you could get robbed. There's a possibility that somebody gonna steal your stash. There's a possibility that you're gonna have to throw the stash because you're running from the police. There's possibilities that's lost money. You ain't getting that back. So in the stock market, you might lose some money, but that ain't gonna make you stop investing, because in the street, you ain't never stop hustling when you lost a pack. That's one thing. 2, risk and reward. So when you in the streets, you already understand that going to jail and getting killed is part of this equation. You can't even play the game without acknowledging that these are real truths, and you gotta accept them. The stock market, you don't gotta go to jail. You don't gotta get killed. We go back to square one. You just risking losing some money. All right, so now we done did that. We done took out the risk. We done understood the risk. We done understood the consequences. The next thing is, what makes a good company good? Man, what make a good stock good? What make a good hustler good? 1, you gotta have a good product. 2, you gotta have great marketing. 3, you gotta have great consumers. Same thing in the streets. All right, so if I got a good product, and I got good marketing, and I got good consumers, then my stock in the streets done went up amongst my clientele. They can see me and all us on the block together, but they'll be like, man, where Trap at? Man, Trap ain't out here. Come speak with me. Man, I'm gonna wait for Trap to come back. Man, you tripping, man. I got to work, man. I'm gonna holler at you when Trap come back. You know why? Because Trap take care of me. Trap got a good product. I ain't got to worry about him selling it to me watered down. I ain't got to worry about it not being good this time. And Trap let me spend with him, and I ain't got no money. Well, all that did was increase my stock in the streets. Well, a company got the same thing. Apple has what? Great products and services. Apple has what? Man, great customer support. Apple has what? Great marketing. Apple also has found a way to make us become just like the junk in the street. Once you get an iPhone, you're going to attach the iPhone to the iCloud. Now all your information is right there. Now you don't want to switch products. You want to stay there. So why are we not buying the Apple stock? You know what I'm saying? So now it's making it relatable to them. Also, one of the things I did with my homies in the hood, I was like, all right, check this out. So from New Orleans, you know, we used to like to wear Timbs in the winter. We like wearing Dickie outfits. Yo, there's a company called VFC brand that company makes Timberlands and Dickies. If you gonna buy it, at least own the stock, bro. At least we could be owners of the stuff we wear. You know what I'm saying? So it was being able to find the little subtle things without trying to talk over their head to make them just realize, damn, I am about to go buy these Fendis, huh? Man, I should just own LVMH because, man, Free got them on. You know what I'm saying? So it's making them understand that if we in the streets, bro, but if we don't switch from being consumers, then all we gonna do is spend the street money and then we go to jail and when we dead, we ain't got nothing to show for it. At least if you gonna go to jail, at least have the assets so your family can get them. And I remember I told one of my homies, I said, look, this was after I beat my charge. I said, bro, when they kicked my door in, they ain't go to none of my stock market accounts. They just went to my bank account and they froze my truck. I said, oh, they didn't even play me smart enough to even play this game. So I remember telling my homie, bro, look, at least if you catch a bid, they don't think you smart enough to have the stocks. At least you can come home from doing a bid and you'll have some money for you. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of my favorite movies, The Spook That Sat by the Door. And that's kind of like the same concept. So it's being able to make those things relatable. Like, you ain't got to be the next Warren Buffett, bro. Let's use what we have. Let's show you how it works. And then we can just play the game.
Do you invest in cryptocurrency?
Yeah. So I only invest in the big two, though. Yeah. Only Bitcoin, only Ethereum. That ain't my game.
Yeah. Okay,
but right. I know those two the big dogs.
Yeah.
So I got a couple 100,000 over there. It ain't doing too good right now. Yeah. But I'm here for the long haul.
Yeah, you good. You good on Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's the only two I rock with.
Yeah, those the big dogs.
You in that crypto?
Oh, absolutely.
I can tell you was in because when you asked me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You in the crypto. Yeah. You asked me that with a little arrogance. Like, what you doing? You talking to stock talk. What you got? Talk to me. Teach me something, OG.
Well, I like crypto because, it's just, the possibilities, like they say, the greater the risk, the greater the reward.
All right.
It's one of the few games that you can take a few $100 and turn into $1 million.
Okay.
Now, of course, that's a long shot, right?
Yeah.
But I like the long shots. I like to bet on long shots. So I have money in Ethereum and Bitcoin too.
Okay.
And so those are the high cap coins.
Yeah.
So I got money in those, and I got money in the mid cap coins.
Okay.
But the low cap coins is my bread and butter. That's the bread and butter because first after I do my homework, on the stock, I do a lot of trading with my nephew Henry. So after we investigate the coin, we say, okay, yeah, that's a good one. They got a good team because, like you're talking about team, like what type of marketing do they have? Mm-hmm. What kind of team is involved? Like what kind of money, what kind of liquidity are they working with? We're looking at all of these things, and then we make a move. Sometimes there's riskier coins that just come out the gate and you just ape in on just to see what happened, throw a little something on. If it happened, you might walk away with, you might put up, $1,000 and walk away with $200,000 in less than 24 hours.
Come on now.
But if it don't, you lost $1,000, nothing venture, nothing gain. So that's how I look at it.
Right.
I only invest what I'm willing to lose, and I tell everybody the same thing. Like anytime I invest, I look at the investments that I make. Like if I were to go to the club, like I know that on any given day, I'm not a big drinker, but sometimes I will drop a few thousands, on, at the bar.
Come on, OG.
Or I might go out of town. I just went to visited New York.
Okay.
And I spent the grip over there just traveling and being comfortable while I was there.
Okay.
That's a trip I did not have to take.
Right.
But I took it. And so to me, that's throwaway money. I look at that like throwaway money. It's money. It's money that I would have spent that I would not that I would not have otherwise. Right? It's just money that So I throw something at the club. I throw something at the bar. It's something that I gave somebody an exorbitant gift that I didn't have to give them.
Okay.
Right? I look at that type of money and I take that same money and I invest
it. Yep.
I just put that money in investments. And if I lose, I lose. And if I win, I win. So I'm curious to know from you, like when people win, I'm sure you get all of the praise.
Mm-hmm.
But when they lose, how often do they try to come at you and say, man, I lost my money, man. What you gonna do about it?
So I think I've done a great job at cultivating a certain mindset around this game. I never lead with how much money I made. I never lead with like a certain lifestyle. I always lead with freedom. That's one of the things. So I take the home run hitting out of it, the equation. Like, yo, we ain't hitting home runs, we hitting base hits. Right? So if you go to the bat and you try to keep hitting home runs, then you gonna strike out more than you hit, and that means you gonna lose more. So if I go to the bat and I'm hitting base hits, I'm gonna have a better batting average, and then that's gonna build my confidence up. So, I mean, you always gonna get some people that's gonna say you lost me money, but nobody those are people who never paid me to be in a group or to take the course. Those are people who just saw me say something and they took it and ran with it. Right? Another thing is I've always led with do the research, y'all. So
they didn't have a strategy. They just heard you talking about something, heard a buzzword,
and they ran
out there.
Boom. Yeah. So those come because you always gonna have those people who, again, because you financially traumatized, you always looking to get rich quick. You always looking for, man, let me take that. So for me, I'm always teaching people, let's take the calculated risk.